Hey everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada, and you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. It's Sunday today. It was a busy weekend because I had my virtual launch yesterday. My friend Diane and I do a launch for every catalog. We're a little late for this one because we were away in May. We had so much fun sharing a bunch of the new products from both the new annual catalog and the online exclusives that are out now with you. So if you joined us, thank you so much for joining us. If you didn't and you're interested in joining the group, you need to live in Canada, and if you don't have a demonstrator of your own, we definitely welcome you to come and join us in the Facebook group. The link to the virtual launch group is in my group, and so if you're interested, you can join my group and you'll be able to click over to the virtual launch group and join there. We will be downloading all of the videos from yesterday to YouTube and posting the links so that they don't get lost after 30 days for Facebook. So anyway, if you joined us, thank you. If you'd like to see what we shared yesterday, just request to join the group. Hey Amanda, welcome. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Actually, your Sunday's probably getting close to being over where you live. All right, I'm going to switch over to my desktop. We're going to make a masculine card today, and the Sunrise Sailing bundle from the online exclusives is the perfect bundle for a masculine card. I absolutely love it. My husband and I sailed in the Gulf Islands around Vancouver Island for 14 years, I think, with our sailboat, and so when I saw this bundle, I knew it had to come home with me. Hey Sharon, welcome. All right, let's switch over and we'll make a card. So this is the Sunrise Sailing stamp set. There is a set of dies and also a hybrid embossing folder, so you can emboss and cut this sailboat image out all in one go. We're just going to use the stamp set today. And we're also using, kind of combining it with a bunch of other things you might have in your collection. So these are the Everyday Arches dies. So we're going to use one of those. And this is the birch or birchwood embossing folder. I kind of thought that when it was like this, it looked like waves. It reminded me, let's see if you can see this. Maybe it's just me. See the waves down here? So then this is the embossing folder. And so this pattern, when you lay it this way, kind of looked like waves to me. It also looks a bit like clouds. So that's what we're going to use as a background today. Okay, so I've got most of my pieces cut and even some embossing done for them. I'm kind of in a different spot today because I have this set up for the launch yesterday where I'm not standing for the whole day, and so I have to kind of get my self back in the groove. Okay, so I've got a piece of Secret Sea cardstock that is 5.5 by 8.5, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4. And said everything's out of place. Okay, so we've got it scored at 4 1/4, and we're going to fold in that score line. So fold into the mountain or the raised line and give it a good burnish with your bone folder. So we got our card base. I went ahead and embossed this is a piece of Secret Sea, 4 inches by 5 1/4. So remember I said it was this way that I thought looked like waves and clouds. So when you put your piece of cardstock in, I put it in landscape into the, so normally I typically would put it in this way in the embossing folder, but I laid it this way so that we get the lines and patterns going horizontally. So that's going to go on like that. Maybe I'll just put it there. There's a bit of those ones up there kind of look like clouds. So that's going to go on like that. Then I cut out a piece of basic white cardstock using, I think this is the 1, 2, 3, the 4th largest of the Everyday Arches dies. So that's what we're going to stamp on. So we're going to keep it pretty simple. We're going to stamp, first the thing we're going to do is stamp the sentiment. Ah, Yeah, I love that washi tape. It's gorgeous. I showed that off yesterday in the launch group too. I have been having so much fun with washi tape. Okay, so I'm just lining this up. I've got the congratulations stamp, which just fits across. So I'm going to stamp that sentiment first so that I kind of know where it's going to go. And then we can take and stamp the sailboat. So inking it up, I'm using Secret C, and it just fits on here, kind of like that. Our sailboat was white with blue on it, not this dark blue, but it was white with blue, so I love this. Now we had white sails, but our spinnaker was red and yellow. I think it was, and I think dark blue. So I'm going to, this stamp here is for the inside of the sails, and you can stamp it full strength, or you can stamp off. I think I'm going to stamp full strength. It's a little closer to the red that was in our spinnaker. So you just kind of line it up and get those stripes going on the inside. Okay, so then this piece is going to go on like this. So we're going to, I wasn't going to put embellishments on my card, but I've got a few little ink spots here. I don't know where they're coming from. So if you get ink spots on your card, I hope it'll be available soon, Amanda. It is such an amazing bundle. Okay. So we're not going to do anything on there. Actually, we are. Hang on for a sec. Let's see. I have got some craft ink, and that's what happens when I change my mind partway through. Here we go. Okay, so I've got some craft ink. I've got a block. I'm going to do some splattering just because it'd be nice to kind of put a little bit. You don't need much, so this is very thick pigment ink, and I'm just going to mix it with a little bit of white or of water, if I can get the water to come out of here. Come on. There is water in this. There we go. You can also mix it with Bingo Stella, and that makes it shimmery. Okay, so we're just going to take, it's a little bit pink, but that's okay. Just got a water painter. And I'm going to kind of move things out of the way. And I've picked up some ink of the white, just like pick it up, and then we'll just splatter just so it just gives a little bit of an interest on the background. Do need to move your pieces out of the way. There we go. Okay, we'll clean that up afterwards. Move that out of the way. Okay, so I've got my splatter, and then we will take, and I'm going to use dimensionals on this piece, so we'll let my splatter dry for a minute or two before we put this on. So we can use dimensionals on there. Actually, I know what I was going to do before well, I've got my dimensionals coming off partly, so okay. We'll finish this on here. Okay, so we're going to just put that on. Kind of looks like a night sky. It's something we never did sailing. Was to do night sailing. You do need some kind of certifications to do that. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the Secret C and just kind of sponge so it's not quite so stark. Tapping it off so I don't have kind of big glops, and I'm very, very lightly sponging or blending color. There we go. So we've got a little bit of Secret C. Now, I did I'm really out of sorts here. It's funny how if you move all your stuff, you kind of get out of sorts. So we're going to stamp this bird. There is a bird stamp. So gently stamping the bird because I did adhere that on with dimensionals. So we've got a couple of bird images. And while I'm stamping, I have a piece of basic white cardstock that's 4 inches by 5 1/4. And in the stamp set are these waves. So we will find a stamp, an ink, a clear block, and ink that up. And we're just going to stamp that. This is for the inside of the card. And somewhere I have some Secret C embellishments. So these are I only have the 3. These were on my desk, so we're going to use them. So these are from the new in color flat pearls. So we're just going to take and put them on like that. Okay, masculine card, done. And it doesn't, I don't think it has to be necessarily a masculine card. If you're like me and love sailing, I think you'd love to get a card like this in the mail. So got a little bit of splattering. These Everyday Arches dies are so fun. You could take and put a piece of linen thread or something so that it looked like it had a flag. What I have done, I won't do it on this one, but if you actually cut out this sailboat and have, you can cut, this is cloud cover, and so I've taken a piece, folded in half, and then just tucked it, not quite that long, tucked it behind the sailboat, and so it looks like you've got a flag flying on the top of your mast. But since I didn't cut that out, we won't do that. So there we go. There is my sunrise sailing card with the Everyday Arches. Definitely one of my favorite bundles in the online exclusives, and the Everyday Arches dies were also an online exclusive set of dies. So hope you enjoyed that. I will be back live on, let's see, Tuesday at 6:30 with a sketch, so hopefully you can join me then. And then again Wednesday with a technique at 6:30 Pacific. So come join me, and until